Hi, I'm Robin from Circles and Stone, and I'm a stamping addict. And welcome to my stamping series. And today I'm going to show you
practice stamping using foil HVAC tape.
So grab your supplies and let's do this. Hi everybody, so this is my setup. I'm going to show you basically how to practice setting up a design on a piece of foil tape, HVAC foil tape. Now it's a great way to spare your blanks because blanks are pricey, and this is a good way to brainstorm out your stamp. So basically what you're going to need first is your HVAC tape. This tape is fairly inexpensive. You can get a roll of this for about, I believe, like $8 at a big box hardware store. It is known as HVAC tape. That's heating, ventilation, and cooling tape. Or for ducting or metal repair tape. But it's basically a nice, thin aluminum. Okay, and then you need a soft surface. I'm gonna tell you what you don't do. You don't do this. Okay, make a note, jot it down if you'll forget. You don't take a steel block. You don't take your tape, and you don't do this. The steel, it's the same as if you'd be just going direct on steel, and you'll end up dulling the face of your stamp, your impressions, and some stamps won't even hold up very long at all, steel on steel. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to make sure this is nowhere around when you're doing your tape so you don't forget. And you want to have a rubber. I have this large rubber mat, which is really nice. It's about maybe like 1/4 of an inch thick. The rubber block that goes under your steel block. Got a couple sizes, or even if you have like a nice piece of wood, you can do that too. But for today's purpose, I'm going to use my rubber mat. So then what you do is just cut yourself a nice piece of tape, like so. And I'm just gonna cut a nice piece to size. And you don't peel off the back. You could just literally, if you want it to remain totally flat while you're doing your work, you could do masking tape on the sides. But at this point, over your rubber or your wood, whichever you want to do, and you just take your stamp and you give a nice firm press. Just nice firm press. Just like this. And you could even throw in a design stamp. Let's see. It's like this. And you end up with a result of a nice impression. Let's see if I can, without too much glare here, but you can see a nice impression. Then you could go even further and make it the shape of a blank. So what you could do is take a ballpoint pen, or even just like I'm just gonna take a ink pen. I'm just gonna draw a shape. Then you can cut. And cut your shape out. And I'm not being particularly careful, so please don't judge. But just for demonstration purposes, then you have essentially the blank that you would be using. Now, I believe some people, I have not done this yet, but when you get your design worked out on your tape, one of the things that you can do is then move to your blank, peel off the layer, stick it to your blank, and then go over the top of your blank. So for instance, I'm gonna take, say, I have a junk blank here. I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna peel this off, and if this is a design that I approved of and wanted to transfer, some people are actually going as far as doing something like this and then going right over the top of their design. Now, of course, this you would want to put on your block because you would be transferring a design, but then they actually try to line it up, and then they hammer it down. You know, again, line it up, hammer it down, and then they would transfer their design that way onto their blank, which they could then peel off the foil, which isn't going to be the easiest because, so one of the things that some people like to do is they like to leave the film as a protection while they're stamping, so that inadvertently, if there's a bad stamp in the face, this part might actually show on the impression. People are, or even when you're sliding it back and forth and you don't want scratches. So some people like to do this. I tried it that way. Why I didn't like it was because when I pulled back the film, some of it went down into the impression, and I actually had to use a weeding tool. You know, something like usually with die cutters. These aren't really truly weeding tools, but you can use them like weeding tools, so you get the concept to pick the little like blue film out of the impression. But some people like it, and you know, if you don't mind doing a little weeding, that's a way to go. So I could see that by doing this, you might end up with the same thing happening, where you might need a little weeding tool to get down in there. But some people like to do that. They like to put the design onto the foil, put the foil onto the blank, and then stamp directly over the foil onto the blank. That's one method. But I like to use the foil simply as just practice. So to reiterate, foil for practice, never, ever, ever on the steel block with the foil, with only the foil. Never, never. You want to use rubber or wood, and you want to press. Then you'll get your impression. Only if you peel the tape off, put it on a blank, do you ever put it on the steel block and hammer the stamp. Only if it's on a blank. Okay, so that's my little tutorial on how to make a design using foil tape. And like I said, neat thing is you can actually cut it to shape of the blank and get an idea if you like it on like on a dog bone or on a heart or a star. You can actually cut that shape out. But that's it. And thank you for joining me for this video. And be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you like this video, and see you next time. Thank you for watching.